When the summer window opened and Eberechias arrived, the headlines multiplied. Was Gabriel Martinelli now surplus to requirements? Overnight, social feeds passed lineups and old highlights, fans debated starting XE, and pundits weighed up who would lose out. But Mikel Arteta, calm, decisive and with a clear blueprint in his pocket, removed the question in one move. Martinelli is staying. That decision, out of step with the chaos around transfers, is not merely comforting for supporters. It is a deliberate tactical statement. Arsenal have not doubled down on creativity at the expense of youth or energy. They have layered them. Az brings a certain craft and central fluidity, a player who can operate between the lines and unlock tight defences. Martinelli offers raw pace, verticality and a relentless directness. Together they do something rare. They force every opponent to prepare for multiple attacking identities from the same squad. For Arteta, competition is not a byproduct, it's a tool. By keeping Martinelli, he preserves tactical unpredictability. A left side that can be explosive on transition, inventive in possession, and adaptable when the game twists. We should be clear about the challenge facing Martinelli. Last season was uneven by his previous standards. Flashes of brilliance were tracked by moments where choices and end product dipped. That's not a sentence, it's a pivot point. Retained players rarely react passively to renewed competition. They work, adjust, and evolve. For Martinelli, the coming weeks are about sharpening decision-making in the final third, improving end product when chances come his way, and leveraging his versatility, playing high and wide, drifting inside when needed, or even switching flanks to exploit matchups. Arteta's insistence that Martinelli remains important is therefore a responsibility as much as it is an endorsement. On paper, the depth looks luxurious, but on the pitch it's exacting. Opponents will now have to guard against overlapping runs and inside cuts from two different profiles. That tactical headache benefits Arsenal's collective press and rotation strategies. When one winger is doubled up on, another can exploit the space created. This flexibility matters across a long season with tight turnarounds and cup obligations. Beyond tactics, the psychological edge of this decision cannot be underestimated. A coach who publicly backs a player signals trust, and that trust can unlock performances. Martinelli will enter match days knowing he is in the manager's plan. That confidence, combined with the internal pressure to perform, often produces the best versions of players. Meanwhile, training sessions will become arenas for growth. Eze's arrival raises the bar in every drill, and Martinelli stands to benefit from being pushed daily by those standards. The simple truth is that great teams are built on contested places, not guaranteed ones. Look at the way top squads manufacture resilience. They replace complacency with competition and force players to reinvent themselves. Arsenal are now modelling that blueprint. What should fans watch for immediately? Early signs will be minutes and starting choices that show Arteta balancing freshness with rhythm, rotating where needed but not fragmenting form. Tactical tweaks, such as using Martinelli's pace to pin fullbacks while Ace slips inside to create overloads, will be telling. And finally, the measure that matters, end product. Goals, decisive assists and consistent impact late in games will silence skeptics faster than any talking head. The headline, Martinelli staying, is deceptively simple. Underneath it sits a cluster of strategic choices. A manager asserting a tactical philosophy, a club building multi-dimensional attack options, and a player being handed the opportunity to respond. If Martinelli seizes this moment, Arsenal won't just have preserved a fan favourite. They will have strengthened their most dangerous weapon, unpredictability. If he falters, the competition will be merciless but fair, and Arteta will have alternatives ready. Either way, this retention amplifies the stakes for the season ahead and could prove to be the kind of single decision that tilts a title race. For now, the door is closed on speculation. The training ground is set to get hotter, and Arsenal's campaign will begin with more questions for opponents than ever before.